Okay, so if everybody wants to join me for an opening prayer. Dear Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you very much for bringing us all together tonight. Thank you for the wonderful holidays that we had, and thank you for all the cheer that we received. And please hope that we brought cheer into other people's lives over those holidays. There's a lot going on in the world which is unpleasant. Please give us the strength to get through it. Please allow all our guides to come forward tonight to form a protective circle around us, and please help us all to work together, and so that all of us, even those of us that have more experience, learn something new tonight. Thank you. Amen. Okay, so what we're going to do now is called grounding. So if everybody would please make yourselves comfortable in your chair. Put your hands at your side. Close your eyes and listen to my voice. Now I want everybody to take a deep breath and hold it to the count of 3. And at 3, just exhale. Let the breath out. Now I want you all to do the same again. But this time as you exhale, I want you to clear your mind. Just everything in your head, all your distractions, all the thoughts from the day, as you exhale, clear it all out. And finally, I want you to take one final inhale, and that last thought, just clear it out. When you're ready, just briefly open up your eyes, get your bearings, and then again, close your eyes, and now we'll do an opening and closing. We're not going to do a closing, we're going to do an opening. Now, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, this is where you mentally tell Spirit that you're open and ready to receive messages. So again, close your eyes. If you know how to do this, feel free to do it your own way if you're comfortable doing it. If not, just follow what I'm doing. I want you to picture yourself in the roots of a tree. It's an old tree, it's an old oak tree, you're deep underground, the roots are very thin. And I want you to work your way up the roots. Slowly, as you move up the roots, they get thicker and thicker. And finally, as you move up the roots, you're going into the tree trunk. It's a huge, thick tree trunk. It's a really old tree. Multiple rings inside it. Move up the trunk. As you move up the trunk, you're moving up towards the branches. Select the strongest branch. Move into that branch. And as you move into that branch, it slowly gets thinner as you move down it. It splits into 2 branches. Take one of them. It splits again, it splits again. And finally, you find yourself at the end of the longest branch, you're in a twig. And as you move into that twig, it gets thinner, longer, and at the end of that twig, there's a curled up autumn brown leaf. Move yourself into that leaf, and as you move into the leaf begins to uncurl. And as it uncurls, it turns bright green yellow for summer. And finally, it's a full summer leaf that's opened up. And when it's fully open, you've now let Spirit know that you are open to receive. So you can open up your eyes. Is everybody okay? Okay. So what we're going to do now is a guided meditation. Now, if you don't know what a guided meditation is, there are generally 2 types of meditations, spiritual meditations that people do. There's the non-guided kind, which is basically where you buy at W.H. Smith, your local bookstore, or on Amazon as a CD. And there's nothing wrong with them. I just personally don't like them. I don't get anything out of them, but a lot of people like them. It's a combination of music and messages that you just listen to and relax and open up. Guided meditations are where you do them with somebody like myself, who actually takes you through the meditation process. And that's obviously what we do in these circles. So again, make yourselves comfortable in the chair. I'm going to talk you through a wee imaginary adventure, but this is primarily just to get yourself relaxed, to get yourself into a semi-hypnotic state so that when you arrive at the right mental state, a loved one, a spirit will be waiting for you. And just know that at that point, this becomes very real. And that will be your time with your loved one. Then after a few minutes, I'll come back and I'll slowly talk you back through the same little sort of story to bring you back to full consciousness. So if everybody could, as I said, make yourselves relaxed, close your eyes, feel the contours of the chair that you're sitting in. It's a very comfortable chair, isn't it? Just feel yourself take the shape of the chair. But it's not your chair. It just doesn't feel right. It's a chair that you've never sat in before. It feels very stiff. Plasticky leather is the best way I can describe it. Now, I don't want you to open up your eyes, but I want you to mentally imagine that you're opening your eyes and looking at the chair. And you realize why you feel so uncomfortable in this chair. It's actually the dentist chair. And that sudden apprehension that you've always felt about the dentist comes over your face. And there's the man standing over you in the mask, with the scalpel, with the pointed bit about to go into your mouth, and he's poking around in there, and you get a sharp jolt of pain, and my God, do you feel it, don't you? And he finishes up, and he lets you wash your mouth out, and you get out of that chair so fast you can't blink. Look around you. You're not sitting in the room that you thought you were in, you're sitting in the dental surgery. And the nurse takes you out to the receptionist, and you pay your bill, and you walk out to the front door. Now, I don't know who your dentist is, but wherever you are, the dentist that you're familiar with, it's not here. You're in a strange town on a strange street, and you can't find your car anywhere. You know where you're going, you know how to get home, so don't panic. You just got that weird feeling that everything just isn't as it seems. And then the bus pulls up, and it's a number that you recognize. It's got your street on the bus sign, so jump on the bus, pay your fare. And the conductor just doesn't feel right. None of this feels right. But you sit down in the seat, and the bus starts driving along, and it takes you through street after street after street. And then you suddenly realize that the streets you're going through, you're in Disneyland, Florida. And the bus that you got on, the conductor was Goofy, and the driver was Mickey Mouse. And you're sitting there thinking, how did I get to Florida Disneyland? And they go up and down the street, up Main Street, into the Wild West, into the new Star Wars area. Finally, the bus stops, and you know where you've stopped. It's that central kiddies palace for princesses. You know, the one that you always saw in the movies, the big pink roof, the domed, etc. You get off the bus, and with all the other passengers, you walk up the castle gate or the palace gate, however you want to describe it, in the front door. And there's multiple characters waiting and showing you where to go and what to do. And then there's a wee food hall, and they're serving ornate fairy cakes designed like princesses. So sit down at a table, have the cake, enjoy yourself with everybody else that's come to Disneyland for the holiday. And then the bus conductor's come in with you, and he takes his mask off, and he gets fired on the spot because he's not allowed to show himself to customers. And then the bus driver comes in, and he doesn't take his mask off, but he takes you by the hand, and he leads you over to a door in the side of the food hall. And the door opens, and he just sort of shoves you gently into the hall, the room. And as you walk in, you realize that you've arrived at a room from your own memory. Could be from your childhood. Could be a current room, it could be a room from your imagination, but it's a room that you feel completely safe in. This is your room. This is where you feel safe. And there's 2 chairs in the center of this room. One of them is empty. One of them has a beloved one that you recognize. Could be a friend, could be somebody that you've never seen for years, could be somebody that you've been waiting to see since yesterday. And they stand up, they walk over to you, they embrace you in whatever way is appropriate. They take you back to the 2 chairs and you sit down together. Now I'm going to leave you together for the next 2 or 3 minutes. This is your time. You're here to talk with your loved one. You're not here to get a message for anybody else. They might just be catch-up time. They might have some advice for you, but I'll come back in approximately 3 minutes. voice again. It's time to say farewell to your loved one. They know it's your time to leave, so don't panic. Stand up together, embrace whatever format that takes that's appropriate to this person. Walk together to the door. They'll be walking behind you. Don't look back, because they know it's your time to leave. They've already left. Walk through the door, back into the eating area. It's pretty much emptied. Everybody's had their little cakes, all run away. The bus conductor, drivers are still there. He's got his job back and he's got his hat on. They take your hand, each takes your hand back to the bus. Get back on the bus, make yourself comfortable. Get the guided tour of Disneyland on the way out. Now, if you've ever been to Disneyland, you know what the car park's like. You need a bus just to get from one end of the car park to the other. And isn't it lucky you're on a bus? And they drive you to your car. There you are. It's been waiting for you. Get out, get into your car. Don't worry about being on the wrong side of the road if you're from the UK. This is the land of spirit. Start driving. Out of the car park. Make a right, make a left, and suddenly you find yourself back home in your own town. Work your way through the streets, and you find yourself at your own front door. Park wherever you would normally park. Get out, walk up to the front door, get your key out, work your way through your home, find where you were sitting. There's your empty chair waiting for you. Sit down, make yourself comfortable. And when you're ready, open up your eyes. Okay, so if everybody please join me in a closing prayer. Dear Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you very much for bringing us all together tonight. Thank you for all the wonderful messages and all the evidence. Please allow us to take the energy that we've generated tonight. If anybody knows anyone that needs some healing, say the name in your mind now and let us send that healing energy out to them. And if there's any healing energy or any energy left over, please find somebody in the world that really needs some help and please send that to them just now. Thank you. Amen. Now, if everybody wants to close your eyes and picture yourself back at the green leaf. As you move into the green leaf, it slowly curls up. It turns from green to brown. It's now an autumn crisp leaf. And as you move into the twig, up the branch, into the trunk of the tree, now move down the trunk of the tree into the roots, move through the roots down into Mother Gaia Earth. And when you feel comfortable, look up and Mother Gaia Earth is over above you and completely covering you, and you are now closed. Now, a quick health warning. If this is the first time you've opened and closed, it is very dangerous to be open like when you're walking around. Symptoms to watch out for are sleepless nights, just suddenly feeling you've got a message for somebody or from somebody, waking up in the morning extremely tired and not realizing why. If you start suffering from symptoms like that, then if it's happening at night, before you go to bed, just do that closing exercise. Maybe open up, meditate for a couple of minutes and then close down. If you suddenly feel you've got a spirit coming up to you to give you a message, just politely say to the message, sorry, no thank you, I shouldn't be open, and close down. The dangers of being open are quite simply that it uses your energy and it's cumulative. Don't get madly excited. Oh, I know how to open now, so I'll walk around open, I'll talk to spirits all the time. Your batteries will be run out in about 4 weeks' time. And trust me, it'll have physical consequences for you. Won't kill you, but you'll be so tired and so irritable, nobody will recognize you. So just close down. There's nothing wrong with being open to give messages, but be in control. Like you decide when you're going to open, when you want to close. Now, I've got a free book that you're all going to get if you give me your email addresses at the end, and I'll send that to you, which covers that very subject. So anybody that wants to discuss coming back to the circle, stay at the end. Anybody in the circles, I'll see you tomorrow if you're coming tomorrow, or I'll see you on Wednesday for the next 2 circles. Okay, other than that, good night to the people that are leaving. People that are staying, hold on.